Hello and welcome back to another video. If you guys would like to see how I created this gorgeous vampire gothic glam look, make sure you keep on watching to find out. Okay, so starting off with my base, I actually procured an actual face primer. It is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. If you know me and have watched my videos for a little bit, you'll know that I have never actually used a proper face primer. So I figured out, you know what? Let's give this a spin. I've used it a few times when I've just been doing like casual makeup, and I love it. It helps my base stick so well. So I'm using it in this video because I wanted to, and it helps my base look nicer. I don't really know how to use it all that well. I just know, like, basically you put it on and then you let it get sticky for a bit and then you do your base. But if you guys have any tips, let me know. So I'm just gonna let it dry, then start with my foundation. For my foundation, I'm using the Smith & Cult Veiled Threat Foundation in the shade Neutral, which I think the number for that is 100. I'm just going to dab this all over my face and rub it in a little bit. I find that using my hands to apply my foundation helps it like blend into my skin a lot smoother and easier because of the heat of my hands. That's why I don't like using a brush or anything. After it's covered pretty much everywhere, I like to go in with my beauty blender and just kind of make sure it's all evenly covered and smooth. Make sure you blend into your neck. That is the fatal flaw of many people. If you don't blend into your neck, what are you doing? Come on, get with it. After that, I am using the Milani Cheek Kiss in the shade Merlot Moment. This is a cream formula blush. I absolutely love this stuff, and this shade actually matches the dress that I'm wearing so well. So I just do a little dab on my cheek, and then I have this brush, and I just lightly blend it out. So I like to keep this a tiny bit darker than I would like it, because after I set all this down, I have not yet used my powder or anything, but after I do, it is a translucent powder, but it tends to desaturate this color a little bit. So I like to leave it a little brighter than what I would like, just so I get sort of the perfect balance after using my setting powder. So I just blend this into the cheeks. And I love this product so much. It's so nice, so easy to apply, and I find that if you're applying it right after you put on your foundation, I don't know why, the finish of it just looks really nice. It gives me sort of a natural glow. And I don't want the focus to be on the base makeup for this look. I want it to be more on the eyes and the lips. It's going to be sort of, well, it is a vampy, gothic glam look. So it's going to be big eyes, like super detailed lips and everything. So I want the focus to be on that rather than my contour or anything. So I'm just keeping it simple. I am using the e.l.f. HD, what is it called? The e.l.f. HD powder in the shade Translucent. I also recently got this stuff. A lot better than what I was using. I was using baby powder, and that made me look so cakey and awful. This stuff is great. It does lighten up this blush a little bit after I put it on. That's what I was saying about having it a bit darker, because then it lightens up after I put the powder on, and it looks super nice. Like, I love it this way. And then to finish off my base, I'm using this absolutely gorgeous, super shimmery, super glittery highlighter from Lottie London. I recently got this as well. So I made a huge mistake with this. I was using orange eyeshadow and I had some of it on my finger. Then I went in with my finger to use the highlighter and it stained it orange. I'm actually so sad about that. But this is what, I don't even know. The shimmer won't pick up properly on camera, but it's crazy gorgeous. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this on my nose and on my cheeks here. I will probably reapply this, but just look at how gorgeous that is. And it's like, it's from Walmart. Like, it's a drugstore product, but it's just the best. It's so gorgeous. There's glitter flying everywhere. I got some in my eye, but I'm not mad about it. So as a primer for my eye makeup, I'm just going to be using some concealer. I'm into the face primer now, but not yet the eyelid primer. So we'll see if any of you guys can put me on to some really good yet reasonably priced eye makeup primer. You know, maybe I'll invest in it. Who knows? Maybe not, but I really do just love using concealer. as a primer for my eye makeup. It works so well every time. It never fails. Starting off with the eyeshadow, I'm going in with this little teeny tiny fluffy brush here, and I am using some of this light gray and mapping out the shape of my eyeshadow. So I'm just doing this so I can blend this lighter gray into my skin tone, and map out the shape, like I said, of where I'm going to want my eyeshadow. Now, the size of how big you do this look is totally up to you. I want to keep it kind of bigger. I've been kind of digging the no eyebrow look recently. Like, even when I do my makeup, I won't do eyebrows. So I'm gonna go eyebrowless today and then just bring this look up here, the eye look. So just, it's super defined. But you can do it any size or shape you want. This tutorial is just a guideline. Now that that's done, I'm going in with a darker gray on the same brush, and I am just blending this dark gray into this light gray so I can kind of get a nice little ombre effect between this and the black I'm going to be using. So take your time blending this. Gray tones, black tones, they're kind of hard to blend evenly. They require a lot of continuous blending, and it takes a while. It might turn out a bit patchy, but really, who cares? Most of it's probably going to be covered by eyeliner anyways, so don't sweat it if your blending isn't perfect. I know mine isn't, and I've been doing makeup for quite a while, so don't worry about it, man. Don't sweat it. Just blend it in, and if it doesn't work, cover it up with eyeliner. Now that that's done, I am going to use this little tiny brush, and I'm going to get some black, and I'm going to just pat it down and saturate it nicely all along the edge of where I had that dark gray. So just all along here. And then I'm also going down into this area and filling that out in black as well. I'm going to do it on the outer corner of my eye as well as the inner corner. So just really blackening that up. And I don't want to blend this black necessarily out of the inner corner. I want to keep it kind of a uniform shape with my eyelid and just have it like a contrast between that dark and my skin tone. If you want to blend that out, that's okay. I just find it leads to too many issues with making like the shadows on my face look weird. Like it makes my eyes look very, very sunken in and kind of just like off. So I like to just keep it like this line there. And it's not like the cleanest ever, but like I said before, who cares? You know, it'll turn out cute and nobody's gonna look at your little tiny mistakes. That's a huge thing. Like, you look at your mistakes and you're like, oh my god, this is horrible, I have to redo my makeup. But then everybody else would just be like, this look is crazy cool. I didn't even see those little mistakes because the overall makeup look is great. So sometimes you gotta not look at the little details and just look at the big picture. You know, you're cool, you're doing cool makeup, that's all that matters. So once you have all that black packed down, you'll find that there's really not much blending you need to do between the darker gray and the black. It just sort of nicely falls into place with each other. But if there is too much of a stark difference between the two, you can always do a bit of blending. Again, don't worry about the little details. Also, I wanted to say something. This new ring light I have is super great, but it picks up on every single little flaw if I'm far away from the camera, but it looks so much, okay, it doesn't look that much nicer when I'm closer. I guess it is picking up on all the flaws still, but still. Oh, also look at the highlight. Okay, this turned into a conversation about my ring light, but then was like, hey, look at my highlight. Look at how pretty my highlight is, guys. But yeah, the blending, my blending looks horrible far away from the camera. But then when I'm out close, it looks better. Just wanted to say, I'm not as bad at blending as my camera makes me look. After I have all that black done, I'm going in with a teensy amount of makeup remover on a Q-tip. And I am just removing this little middle section here. So I'm just doing this up until, so I have hooded eyes. So I'm just doing this up until like you can see it above my eyelid when it's open, if you know what I'm saying. hooded eyelid girlies will understand. But kind of just making this little shape here and cutting that out. I would call it a cut crease, but it's not a cut crease at all. I don't know the terminology for this. I'm just making this little square. It's fairly easy to do. You don't even have to use makeup remover. You can just do the good old rub it all off. But using makeup remover kind of makes the process a lot quicker and you have to do less rubbing. And I have sensitive eyelids, so it irritates my eyes when I'm rubbing on it a lot. Okay, so now I'm just using a teensy little dot of concealer in those little spaces, and I'm just dabbing that in with my finger just so I'm not going in with the rest of the products on my bare eye, because eyeshadows and different powders don't tend to stick to your skin that well if you're just using it on your bare skin. So just putting down a bit of concealer here, and as well that covers up any gray or black that I missed when I was taking it off. Okay, so now I'm going to use this mahogany-like shade and just go along this edge here of the black. This is just going to be a transition shade between the black and then the bright, vibrant red I'm going to do. So I'm just packing that in there and then doing the same with this little inner corner here. To make that transition less harsh, I'm going in with a red toned brown, or a warm toned brown, and I'm just blending that along that very visible line there. Now it's not going to be perfect, but this can make that transition look a lot softer. And make sure it is a warm tone brown. There is cool tone browns. Say like this would be a cool tone brown. This is a warm tone brown. You see how it has that sort of like reddish hue to it? That's what you want to use. If you use a cool tone brown when you're blending out into a red, it's gonna look weird. It's gonna look grayed out. That's just like color theory stuff though. Now that that mahogany shade is blended into the black, I'm going to use this super pretty vibrant red and just pack it all down along the middle there. And that really pops against that black. I'm loving the vibrancy on this and how intense it is. Now I'm going to clean off my fingers so I don't stain my beautiful highlighter yet again. And then I'm grabbing this gorgeous, gorgeous highlighter using my finger, and I am going to put some of this shimmer on my eye. Now, if you want to, you can leave this look matte. I don't see why you'd want to when you're using a shimmer like this. Pretty much any shimmer you can use. You can use a red tinted shimmer, a pink tinted shimmer. I just wanted to use this one because I love how it shows up. Just look at that shine. That is totally giving full sparkly vampire glam. You know, I've never watched Twilight, but I've heard that the vampires sparkle. So, you know, oh, it's giving the sparkle. I'm also going to highlight my brow bone with it. Oopsie, bit of red on there. Let me take that off. I'm just highlighting my brow bone with this as well. It just pops so nicely. And we're not even done the eye look yet, guys. Like, there is so much more to do. This is so exciting. I'm going to bring the red underneath my eye, just like so. And you don't have to bring it just as far underneath as I did. I just like to really intensify the look by bringing some eyeshadow shades underneath the eye. I'm also going to use a little bit of black just right under my bottom eyelid. So now I'm using my eyeliner. I'm going to make a big fat wing all the way to my hairline. And then I'm going to connect it right here, just like that. And then draw a line downwards and do my little band across my eyelid. I am also going to round this area out a bit. Oh, there we go. Now I'm just going to fill this in And I can't decide if I want to blend that wing into the black there, like the black eyeshadow, or I just want to leave it. I kind of think I just want to leave it. Okay, I've come to the conclusion that I'm not going to blend these wings into the black all the way. I'm just going to grab a little bit of black eyeshadow and dab that along this area here. Yeah, okay, I feel like that looks a lot better. And then for the rest of the eyeliner, using this flat, thin brush and just sort of putting this black eyeshadow over top of the wing. I just like doing this because this helps the eyeliner stay for longer. The powder is kind of like using a setting powder on your foundation. So I'm just using this black eyeshadow to set down that wing. Moving on, I am going to do my inner corner liner as well. I'm just tracing up from my nose area towards that inner corner of my eye. Just like so. And then I'm going to connect this point to right here. So inner corner eyeliner can be kind of intimidating for people who are new to eyeliner or gothic makeup, but once you get used to it, it's actually pretty easy to master, so just keep up the practice. Actually, I think I want to do something different with the inner corner liner. I'm going to go up from here on my nose, just like so. Okay, just like that sort of little shape. I'm going to do the same on the other side. And I already kind of started doing it, but I'm just gonna fill this area in with some black eyeshadow. I actually am glad I decided to do it this way. I really like how much intensity this brings to the look. And I really like doing like big inner corner eyeliner too. It adds so much definition to the eye. Like, it makes my eyes look a lot bigger too, like my eyes look huge. Prior to applying my lashes, I'm just going to put on a little bit of mascara. I'm making sure I coat all of my lashes apparently. Making sure I coat all of my lashes evenly. I'm also going to do my bottom lashes. I love how much, I've said definition so much in this video, but I really do love all the definition that this brings to my lower eye, making sure that everything is no. Now I am just using some lash glue, and the pair of lashes I'll be wearing are half lashes, so they were full lashes originally, but I just cut them in half because I didn't see the reason for them to be like all the way across my eyelid. This is what they look like. So they're just like, I glue them right there. But like, they're so much comfier and I feel like they look so much better like that. So I'm just gonna wait for this glue to dry. Then I'm gonna put these bad boys on there. I think this side's about dry. Let's see here. Yeah, like look how cute that is. I also re-curled these myself. I have had these lashes for a long time. They're actually the first pair of lashes I ever owned. Isn't that gross that I've had them for so long? But no, I did actually clean them a while ago, and I washed all the disgusting old glue off, and then I cut them, and then I re-curled them, and I'm honestly loving what I did to them. Like, they are the cutest ever. They're my go-to lashes now. And now onto the lips. I'm going to be lining with eyeliner because I want to. So I'm not able to talk while I'm doing this, but I will show you the shape that I'm going to be lining my lips into. Now I'm just using a teeny little bit of black lipstick along this area, just the corners of my lips, and then I'm just gonna go like this. And now I'm going to use this red lipstick along there and along here. It's fun that it destroyed the shape of my lip liner. Maybe I should just keep it this way though. I kind of feel like the round lip looks kind of good. I don't know. And here you have it. Here is the final look. You guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know in the comments down below what type of content you'd like to see next from me. Also, if you end up recreating this look, make sure to tag me on Instagram or on TikTok so that I can see your recreation and I will post you on my story and give you a little shout out. Well, that's it for today, guys. Love you. Bye.